Hi, Moglets. Today we're going to be raising the new 4-star first, actually. I just kind of wanted to. Yukong. We've actually already gotten her up to Ascension 5, so like there's still lots of other things to do like traces. Her bonus ability doesn't seem all that important, so I might just keep her at Ascension 5 for now. We would have the stuff to max out her Ascension and her level, but honestly, I don't feel like it's even that important, especially because I do want to get to Lacha soon as well. Because I mean, yeah, she doesn't actually scale it with anything. The main difference is we can't get the skills up past 8. As far as her traces are concerned, I don't feel like I need pretty much anything here. She does actually do damage with her ultimate. I will level her basic and talent a little bit, but I don't want to put a ton of resources into it, honestly, because I feel like they're not very important. I imagine we will have to do some basics with Yukong here and there, because I don't know if it's reasonable to expect she's doing her skill every single turn, especially in harder content where you might need to be healing every turn to stay alive. Though with Lacha and his amazing healing and even passive healing, he might be the opposite of skill hungry. He's like on a skill point diet. We'll go ahead and get this bonus ability, resisting a debuff application once. We'll get the HP, it's cheap. This down here is really cheap stuff as well, so like it'd be kind of a waste not to. Probably same with this side, honestly. Like it's really not expensive enough to not get it immediately. So there, we got pretty much everything besides these 3 up here because they are very expensive and I don't feel like it's worth it right now. Got her ultimate to 8, her skill to 7. We actually could get her skill to 8, so sure, why not? Does it go up by another 5%? It does, so I guess 80% at max. But yeah, now that she's raised, her traces have been raised. I'd say it's just a good time to talk about her, what she's doing. I'll make it somewhat brief though. In a nutshell, she's a buffer. She buffs attack, crit rate, and crit damage. 3 of the main overall damage stats, and she buffs them by a very large amount. 70% attack, 26 crit rate, 58 crit damage here at level 8. There's something I wanted to mention because it's often misunderstood, but this 70% attack boost alongside pretty much all attack boosts and attack percent stats you get from relics or substats, etc., are all based on a character's base attack. We'll show this in gameplay later, but like my Jing Yuan, for example, has 3000 attack. So you'd think a 70% increase would bring this 3000 to over 5000, but that's not the case. If we hit more stats and look at this gray number, this is his true base attack. The only way to raise this is by leveling him up and giving him a strong light cone. This flat number attached to the light cone, this 582, is base attack. That's one reason 5-star cards are just gonna be almost always superior to 4-star cards. Even if perhaps the ability down here is better, it does make a significant enough difference, especially when you're building someone with a lot of attack. I usually wouldn't go into this spiel for everything, but I just feel like it's important because we are dealing with someone with a very big attack boost, and the attack boost is still good. I mean, 70% of 1280 is still almost 900 attack. So we're going from 3000 attack to nearly 4000 attack. We will actually look at that in battle later so you can see a more visual representation of what's happening. Crit rate and crit damage are a lot easier to understand. It's going to attack on 26 and 58 to these stats right here. So our Jing Yuan's not going to have 57. He's going to have like nearly 80% crit rate and like 260 crit damage or something crazy, along with a nearly 4000 attack once we have all bonuses. So she's overall just a pretty insane buffer. As for the light cone, we are going to steal Ting Yun's card for now, which is actually Bronya's signature, I suppose. I used to use this free to play one on my Ting Yun, and it's actually pretty close in terms of what it does to Bronya's. As for relics, the general stats I'm going for are speed and energy regeneration. That's what I feel like she needs the most. She doesn't technically scale with anything, so you're just trying to make her fast and get her burst fast. Let's just start with those, honestly. Going for the link rope first. This is the only place you can get energy regeneration rate and main stat. We do have a single energy regeneration rate on the set I would want for her, so we're gonna go ahead and equip that. Honestly, I'm not even sure. If we have an imaginary orb, I'll probably give it to her. We do not though. I do think 4-piece musketeer would be good as it increases speed further, another 6% there, which would help since she already has pretty high base speed at I think 107. Unfortunately, we only have a 3-star boot, so we're gonna have to make do with something else. My Jing Yuan, unfortunately, is not all that fast at 124. I couldn't get many speed subs in his build, whereas my Bailu has nearly 140 speed, so I'd either need to slow her down to be slower than Jing Yuan. It worked out before because Ting Yun had 1 less speed than Bailu, so Bailu just went first, and she was out of the way, and then it was Ting Yun, Jing Yuan. But especially with Yukong and having this 2-piece set here, she will always be first because her action will be advanced forward by 40%. What I'm thinking for now is just to give up on that extra 5% energy regeneration rate for now until I can figure out a situation where it works better, because I really wouldn't want to slow down my healer, which would mean we can go for a good old imaginary damage boost orb to see maybe some potential with her burst. We have a ton of those, just not on the right set. But yeah, going back to boots, this set is really our only choice that will do sort of anything for us, so it'll increase our break effect, which is okay. It does something. I would prefer 4-piece musketeer, but that's not even an option right now. So we're gonna go crit rate body. It has speed there. We could just go a broken set, but like I have a ton of these pieces, so may as well get that little extra effect there. If he does manage to weakness break someone, that's an extra 3 energy, so it's whatever. We're gonna basically just put speed as our substat. Require. I wasn't expecting literally one of those gloves to have speed as a substat. I mean, I guess it makes our choice easy. We do have 4 different of these, and in fact, we already have one at plus 15, so we might just go with that. It could roll to give us more speed, but at the end of the day, we do need to still be slower than Bailu. So we just got this one up to 12, speed rolled once. We'll get them up to 12 for now. That's where I leave temporary gear, honestly. And when you go to replace your gear, you're not losing too much by tossing a temporary plus 12 into a fresh gear. You're losing maybe a level or 2, so, but it's not that bad. This is probably gonna be the only permanent gear, this energy regeneration rate on the energy regeneration set. Sadly, no speed on it, but what can you do? So we are getting like a speed roll on pretty much every piece of gear here. So I gotta kind of leave and check her speed currently. It's already at 130 and we haven't even touched the boots yet. So that's kind of scary. Bailu's boots aren't maxed yet, so I think I will do that so we have a little bit more room. So she's at 141 now. I guess my Yukong can have 140. Plus 7 is the most we can do for boots right now, as she is already at 139. Another level would boost her to 141. I probably could have built her a little better offensively, and especially for what we're doing right now, I probably could have even gotten away with not giving her speed boots and giving her a 4-piece musketeer set, sort of like my Ting Yun is currently built in with 137 speed. She has attack boots. But yeah, I think for now anyway, it is a good enough build. What I'm probably gonna try first is my typical team and just replacing Ting Yun with Yukong. The speed order is actually Bailu, Yukong, Jing, Yuan, Clara. Yeah, Bailu goes first. We're just gonna do a basic there. And then it's Yukong's turn. Currently we're at 1280 plus 1762. We're gonna go ahead and do the support buff here to 2658. Again, nearly 900 extra attack there, which is significant. Alongside Yukong's light cone, we're getting an extra 30% increased damage here. Let's just go ahead and do his AoE skill. You know, 22k, 24k. So we could go ahead and do her support ability again. So we did her skill. We have those 2 little turns there. We're gonna do her ultimate now, getting that crit rate and crit damage boost. I mean, 9 to 100 single target isn't horrible for, I guess, a buffer. So this time Lightning Lord will have the attack bonus, but not the crit rate and crit damage bonus. I'm not sure Yukong is that good of a partner for Jing Yuan until she's E6, idle on 6, because at that point, doing her burst gives her a roaring bowstring stack. So doing her burst gives the next acting ally attack, crit rate, and crit damage. So you could just time her burst like right before a strong Lightning Lord goes off. But as she is E1 right now, it's not that great. Even so, nice little 54k there with just the attack boost. And yeah, she's got to do her skill every turn, and Jing Yuan also has to do his skill every turn, and he can't even now. So it's pretty rough, honestly. This team might really not be the best, though my only other DPS right now is Seele, and she is also quite skill hungry. Though I'd say it's not as damning if you can't do a skill with Seele, because Jing Yuan you really do need to. That increases his Lightning Lord, which is like his main attack really. That's the real ultimate. Well, now we can do skill and ultimate again. It won't work with Lightning Lord, but we can at least like do that there with 33k. And a little counter from Clara. Unfortunately, not an ultimate counter. I am curious how they play on pure auto, so I'm gonna go in with the same team. We'll just do 4 waves here. I just wanna see how they decide to use the skill points. Like they just used Bailu's there. We got the attack boost, and now we're doing Jing Yuan's. Of course, Clara has no choice but to do, well, Yukong just did skill and now ultimate, so Jing Yuan there. And he has it for his ultimate, so honestly not bad. He will not have it for his Lightning Lord, which is unfortunate. He will at least have the attack boost though, so I mean, Otto's not doing a horrible job, but it might be coincidence also. Otto is reserving a skill point for Yukong pretty much every turn though. I think even higher priority than Jing Yuan's skill. Oh, there we have the attack boost for Clara's counters, which is really nice. That was honestly an incredibly fast 4 rounds there. Perhaps Otto is a little smarter with Yukong, or it's just coincidence that everything worked out actually quite well. I do want to try out a Seele team. As far as speed goes, she slots in the same place as Jing Yuan, so it's not a big deal. Her stats overall are a little worse than Jing Yuan. She's a little less well built, but still, this could be interesting because Seele's main damage comes from her ultimate, which is easy to control, unlike Jing Yuan's Lightning Lord, which is just it comes whenever it comes. One thing I want to do later for a little bit of fun is to replace Bailu and Clara with Tingyun and Silverwolf, just to see like potentially crazy numbers. So there she goes. She gave the boost. Nice little 18k from Seele. Couldn't kill though, unfortunately. Okay, now she's doing her burst, and I don't believe we even have, I don't believe we had the buff at that point, which was unfortunate. Now she's doing skill and then ultimate, but again, that may have just been coincidence. Now Seele did have it, which is good. And Seele's double attacks do not take her point off either, so that's nice. See a nice little 81k there from our Seele burst. I am curious to see if Auto is just going to use her burst without doing the other thing first. But so far it's always lined up that she gets her ultimate at the same time as her turn. I mean, it makes sense. She gets the vast majority of her energy when she does her skill, and not before that. She only gets a bit when she is attacked. So honestly, I'm probably gonna have to manually get her ultimate and see if she just does it immediately. So we'll try that first. We also do have some simulated universe to do. So let's do something wrong and just do a normal attack with our Yukong. And now we're gonna go on Auto and see if she just does her burst or waits until it's her turn again, does skill, and then burst. Let's see what happens. Nope, she just does burst. Okay, Auto is dumb. That's unfortunate. Wait, no. What happened? Oh, of course, Seele gives herself speed. I didn't take that into account. Seele with her speed boost is just a bit faster than Yukong, which makes everything really bad. We just kind of have to make her slower. There's not much else I can do right now. Okay, I think that actually worked. 100k burst there. I'm pretty sure Seele had all buffs at that point. Oh, damn. This is Seele's second burst with the buff still active. Yeah, I'm feeling Seele is gonna be a lot better partner for Yukong pre-E6. After E6, I think Jing Yuan could work a lot better, but until then, I think Seele's way better because she can just do a lot of attacks, and you can control when she does her burst for maximum damage. And now the speed has gotten messed up again. I don't understand what is happening. Deep freeze reduces speed by 12%. Apparently she has that, and Yukong doesn't. Maybe she avoided it somehow, either with just resisting it or because of her debuff block. It's crazy. So many things can go wrong. And besides that issue, we're having a super bad run. We've gotten one hunt card. Well, I'm not sure if a team like this could work because there's no healing. I did kind of want to try it. We'll try this level 70 Guardian. Damn it. Sadly, this one already has quantum res, so we can't get the res decrease. So we could burst on it and reduce its defense. Did that work? Def minus 41. All right, cool. I'm not even sure if we can use a skill point. I want to see Seele's skill as well. So we're going to just... Okay, we got the attack reduction, unfortunately. Let's go and do the support. With Tingyun, we're gonna go ahead and burst on Seele, get that damage increase, and use the skill on Seele as well. We're also gonna do Yukong's burst to get the crit rate and crit damage boost. So our Seele should have pretty much everything now, and actually I just realized I probably shouldn't do her skill because that could end her turn and then she won't have the buff anymore. But what are we sitting at currently? We have nearly 5,000 attack, 80 crit rate, so it'd be pretty unlucky if we don't crit. 248 crit damage boost from Tingyun's Light Cone, 30%, Benediction giving us 500 attack, Amidst the Rejoicing Clouds giving us 50% damage, and we also ate a flat attack plus crit damage food, and then of course the Guardian Shadow here with def reduction. So it's not at its max capability. We need to get res down on this guy, which is not really possible because he already has quantum, but well, let's just see what it does. Zid, boom, 177. Yeah, that's by far the most I've ever seen from her. We literally just pretty much one-shotted the boss here. That's crazy, but we still should have all the buffs. So let's check out the skill now. Yeah, 64k skill, and we still have the buff. And now we're getting all these speed boosts, so her light cone is maxed out at this point. Sadly, we don't have another burst to use, but yeah, it's pretty funny. Let's just do another skill here. Yeah, 50k skill. That's just cracked. Let's check out this boss. Already has electric on him, so it's just a 50-50 chance between quantum and imaginary, I guess. Let's see if we get lucky. Yes, it is. So we're gonna go ahead and do her burst. We'll do Silverwolf's burst. Hopefully he doesn't resist the def down. I don't think so. In fact, now he also has the type 2 bug. decreasing it by another 6% def, and the quantum res -20, and the all type damage res -9. Let's go ahead and give the buff to Silverwolf here, alongside, of course, the support point. Let's check what we're working with now. Yeah, it's pretty much the same stuff, honestly, as far as buffs are concerned, but we have more debuffs on the enemy now. Let's just give it a look-see, I guess. Maybe another one shot. Come on. Boom. It wasn't that much more for some reason. I'm not sure why exactly, but we still have the buff. Let's check out those skills. Yeah, 64k skill, and now we can only do a basic, which still killed him at 31k basic. All right, that was pretty nice. It's not a realistic team, to be honest. Before I fought this guy, I had to go fight some minions to make sure we all had burst ready. Like, that's the first thing. Then I used some item that increased my crit damage further, etc., etc. So it's kind of like fake, but it's just a fun little thing to do, honestly. I was talking about her eidolons after summoning, and I mentioned that none of them seem very important. And honestly, I still think they're not that important, but for that specific case, like with Lightning Lord, unfortunately, like E6 would help a ton with that problem. But for pretty much every other damage dealer, it's not a big deal, because generally the bulk of their damage comes from burst anyway, which you can do whenever you want to, and doesn't even use one of her little roaring bowstring stacks. But yeah, I would say that is Yukong raised. Very, very nice buffer. It does require quite a bit of team and speed managing. But yeah, make sure to tell me what you think about the video and Yukong in general in the comments down below. If you have some other things to add on to the video, feel free to drop them down there. Leaving a like or subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.